The fashion world came together in Rome to mourn and honor the legendary designer Valentino Garavani, who passed away at the age of 93 at his home in the Italian capital, surrounded by loved ones. The funeral took place at the historic Basilica of St. Mary of the Angels and Martyrs, drawing a distinguished crowd of celebrities, designers, and admirers to pay their final respects to a man whose influence shaped haute couture for decades. Among the first to arrive was actress Anne Hathaway, aged 43, whose connection to Valentino dated back to her time on the set of the film The Devil Wears Prada. She arrived looking composed and respectful, embodying the somber mood of the occasion. Joining her were fashion powerhouses Donatella Versace, 70, in a fitted black dress with structured sleeves and high heels, and Tom Ford, 64, both of whom cut equally dignified figures. Anna Wintour, the influential Vogue editor and global chief content officer for Condé Nast, attended wearing her signature sunglasses, adding her presence to the gathering of industry titans. Creative director Alessandro Michele of Valentino, along with attendees like Olivia Palermo and Johannes Hubel, further represented the brand's current and extended legacy. Crowds gathered outside the basilica, lining the streets as a car carried Valentino's wooden coffin. Floral tributes included white wreaths and arrangements featuring red roses, a poignant reference to Valentino's iconic signature color. The designer had famously introduced a vibrant poppy red dress in his debut collection in 1959, and the hue became synonymous with his brand, known universally as Valentino Red. Fans held signs and paid homage, reflecting the widespread admiration for his work. Valentino's body had lain in state at the Basilica in Rome's Piazza della Repubblica for 2 days prior, allowing hundreds to offer their respects. The foundation bearing his name and that of his longtime partner Giancarlo Giametti announced the funeral details, confirming the service at 11 a.m. on the specified day. Born Valentino Clemente Ludovico Garavani in 1932 in the small town of Voghera, south of Milan, his passion for fashion emerged early. At 17, he moved to Paris to study at prestigious institutions like the École des Beaux-Arts and the Chambre syndicale de la couture parisienne. After apprenticing at various couture houses in the 1950s, he returned to Rome and launched his own label with Giancarlo Giametti, who was both his business partner and for 12 years his romantic partner. Their relationship evolved into a deep, fraternal bond described as blood brothers, enduring even after the physical aspect ended. Valentino's brand quickly gained prominence for its glamorous gowns, impeccable tailoring and luxurious aesthetic. Early clients included Elizabeth Taylor, and over his 60-year career he dressed luminaries such as Jacqueline Kennedy, Princess Diana, Kim Kardashian and Victoria Beckham. His designs emphasized beauty, elegance and empowerment, with women in his creations turning heads upon entering a room. He expanded into fragrances in 1979 and later a makeup line in 2021. Giancarlo reflected on their partnership in interviews, noting how they navigated changes with maturity and mutual respect, never living together but always prioritizing each other's success. Valentino sold the brand in 1998 for $300 million and retired after his final collection in 2008. Subsequent creative directors included Alessandra Facchinetti, briefly, Maria Grazia Chiuri and Pier Paolo Piccioli, who elevated the house with innovations like the Rockstud Pump and Pink PP shade, and now Alessandro Michele. The designer's philosophy remained consistent. He focused on making women look sensational, rejecting trends like grunge or messy aesthetics that he felt diminished beauty. In his view, true fashion elevated and celebrated the wearer. Retrospectives, including a major exhibition at the Musée des Arts Décoratifs in Paris and the 2008 documentary Valentino, The Last Emperor, chronicled his impact. He co-authored a book reflecting on his career, emphasizing his commitment to timeless elegance. The funeral marked the end of an era in fashion, with mourners honoring a creator whose red gowns and graceful silhouettes defined luxury and sophistication for generations.